on this computer. Okay, hi guys. Hi Perry. Hi Jojo. As Michael was saying, my name is Cam. I'm a graduate student of the Faculty of Education at York University, working on my second master's, and my major research paper will focus on military trauma in war museums. Thank you so much for taking time today to do this trial class. Since it's a smaller class, we can get away with some introductions, and there will be a class, and then we'll do the PPT. And if there's time, we can do maybe a specific writing exercise if the time allows us. So Perry, why don't you tell us about yourself and what are some things you're looking to improve upon? I don't know if he's having internet issues. Jojo, why don't you tell us about yourself and some of the things that you would like to improve with your writing?
I want to learn that about how can I use, like sometimes when I'm doing writing, I just can't remember a word, an appropriate word for the writing. So just I can't get the right word for the writing. So I want to improve on that.
Awesome, awesome. So that's actually a specific say. It's called word choice. Word choice, it's one of the various things that I use. So word choice means that if I think the word doesn't fit or the word just it doesn't go along with the sentence, then I will highlight or underline your sentence, and I would say word choice, use a different word. So that's something we can improve upon, your word choices and your vocabulary. I don't know where Perry went to, but since we're still recording, I guess it will just be you for now. Yeah, Perry can always come back and view this video later. Okay, so I'm gonna get started right now, and hopefully Perry and the other kid joins us. And this is our PPT. I'm gonna be sharing the screen, and I'm just gonna ask if you can see. But that's a very good goal word choice. I always find I'm struggling with vocabulary of what to share, but that's a very good choice. All right, Jojo, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So today is just going to be more of an outline where I spend a few minutes on each slide, maybe you know, we can do a couple of activities, and then like I said, if there's time towards the end, we can maybe do narrative writing or descriptive writing, whatever we feel like. So welcome to our demo class for English for for both academic and creative writing. You need to have creative writing because creativity and analytics are a perfect balance and combination for our grade 7 and grade 9 class. So these are just some of the things we'll be doing, which I'll get into in a few minutes. So we'll be doing narrative writing, we'll be doing descriptive writing, newspaper writing. There is also some persuasive writing or essay writing, my favorite. And finally, some poetry writing. Don't feel that you have to know all of these. There's much, much more, but this is just some of the big ideas that we'll be doing. So narrative writing can either come in two ways. It can either come in fiction or nonfiction. And narrative writing is very similar to oh, looks like we got somebody here. Looks like Perry's waiting. Let me just admit. Apologies. Okay, Perry, thanks for joining us. So narrative writing, as I was saying, is an example of creative writing, and creativity allows us to think outside the box, and creativity allows us to be interactive of our own skill. So for example, we're going to be looking at, let's just spend a few minutes looking at fictional narrative writing. So when it comes to narrative writing, you usually tell a story that has happened to you. You pick a topic and then you build upon the topic. But the point of choosing your topic is that because the topic is special to you, it's meaningful for you, and it has some significance. So the point of narrative writing is to write about a significant topic. So for example, some of the things that the student has write upon are actually these lists of topics: your proudest moments, your worst family vacation, a scary moment, your own idea, hence the fictional part, a time of a lesson you learn. And the point is for you to explain your own creativity while at the same time explaining why is this topic meaningful and impactful. So again, just going to get my my blue marker. So just some basic things. You want to start off with you want to start your paragraph with when the event began. So in other words, have a topic sentence. So for example, let's just say a lesson you learned a lesson. You would say the greatest lesson I learned is to always study hard. That's going to be your topic sentence. You don't want to give too much information, and then after you give your topic sentence, you go into the narrative. So looking back at time you learned a lesson, rather than just say this is the lesson I learned, you begin how you got there, why you learned the lesson, and why this lesson is meaningful for you. Let's look at this example. So this person does a memorable family vacation. So for example, we do not need to know how long it took you to get to Mexico, but rather why was your experience amazing and what did you do in Mexico? All right. Let's just get some student interaction. Perry, so looking at one of these topics, your proudest moments, someone you admire, or a lesson you learned, which one can you relate to the most? Like, let me choose one for you. What's your Perry? What was your most proudest moment, and how would you explain that? Your most proudest moment?
Maybe a time you got into a lot of trouble.
All right, so you're not going to. All right, a time you got into a lot of trouble. So when writing your story, you're not going to say all the list of things you did to get into trouble. You're going to tell me why was this fun? You may say a couple list of things, but then you're going to explain the significance. So Perry, why was getting into trouble your most proudest moment?
Because I may be annoyed or angry when I face all these problems, and sometimes I even can't solve them. So it's quite annoying.
It's quite so the significance for you is all these emotional complexes and what they mean for you and how you deal with your emotions, correct?
Yeah.
All right, good. What about you, Jojo? Let's do a different example. What was the time you learned a lesson? So rather than just this happens, you explain what was the lesson you learned. What was the lesson you learned, and what did this lesson mean to you?
Lesson.
Okay, maybe let's if you can't think, what was your proudest moment? Something you're really proud of? Was it winning an award, doing well in school, winning a sports competition? What was your most proudest moment, and why?
Like when I do well on exam.
When you do well on an exam, okay. So like Perry was telling us what his emotions mean to him. When you do well on an exam, why is that a significant or meaningful moment for you?
Well, maybe because I don't usually do well in exam, and when I pay lots of efforts and time into this exam and I got a really good like result, I'll be very proud.
Very good. So whether your proudest moment is doing well on exam or dealing with all these emotions, the point is this topic is meaningful and it's significant and it holds significance for you. All right, let me clear this up. Good job, you two. So the next type of writing, it's descriptive writing. And descriptive writing, it's something that I still do. It's the ability to the ability to be specific. So in other words, when you write, your goal is to be as specific as you can. So the goal is, whenever reading a book, have this happen to you? When you're reading a book, you try to paint an image in your head. Well, when that happens, it means the author's doing a good job of their description. So like I said, descriptive writing, it's the ability to be persuasive. It's the ability to be specific. And the goal is to paint in the mind of your reader, a place, a thing, or a person. You want to use your strong, vivid words, words and adjectives to describe the 5 sentences, and then also to help paint the picture of what's going on in what's going on in the reader's mind. You want to think of the smallest details, and you want to use the power of language to explain your ideas and to convey the explanation of your ideas. So these are some, again, the writing topics that students have chosen about. We've had some, a lively concert. We've had students talk about a hockey game. We've even had one student talk about, the school cafeteria. These topics may seem insignificant, but what's significant about them is your ability to describe them and your ability to be specific about them. So I'll do one that happened to me a while ago before, just before the new year. I went to a hockey game in Toronto with my girlfriend, and I'll tell you, and I'm going to try to paint for you a picture in your mind of what this hockey game looked like. Standing outside the arena, or standing outside Scotiabank in downtown Toronto on a Friday night, we stood in line with hundreds of others as we waited anxiously to get inside the arena. As the officials opened up the stadium door, we all tightly marched into the arena, clutching our tickets to our hand. We presented our ticket passes. We went through security, and finally we arrived inside the arena. The first thing that got to us was the smell of popcorn, the smell of drinks, and the excitement of being in the crowd. We went to we went to the arena, we went into our seats, and with both of us excited, we sat down beside each other waiting for the game to begin. So what I did was the hockey example, I painted you an example of what descriptive writing looks like. I told you about where it happened, what it took place, how I felt, and what happened once we got inside. So that's descriptive writing, the ability to be persuasive and the ability to be specific. All right. Let's see here. Let's do a topic. I don't know. Have any of you been to a lively concert, Perry or Jojo? Have you ever been to a concert?
Maybe once, 4 years ago.
Okay, that was a while ago. What about, have you ever been to a football game or a basketball game?
No.
No. All right. What about a hot day on the beach? Have you ever been the beach?
Beach? Maybe once or twice, but it's a long time ago.
All right, let's just do something local. Let's just say a day to your supermarket, because I'm sure you go to the supermarket. How would you describe in descriptive writing your experience at the supermarket? What are some of the things you saw, you did? What are some of the things you heard? So your goal is to be vivid and descriptive and to paint the supermarket in my head. So what happened at the supermarket?
There are lots of people, and we have a dinner, and we eat some fish, maybe, or fresh potatoes, and then we watched a movie. It's not a date, and then we go home. Just gonna to have a dinner and watch a movie. That's what.
So so you're painting, you know, in your descriptive writing, your day's experience. So you went to the supermarket, and in my mind, I am picturing the smell of fresh potatoes or the smell of fish, and then going home and watching a movie with your family, that family comfort. Very good. What about you, Jojo? What's just a random day that you can describe what happened to you, but at the same time be descriptive and specific about it?
So I'll just give an example of the supermarket.
Okay.
And so the supermarket is crowded with people, and there's people like selling shoes and vegetables, and some people with sad look on their face because of the expensive price, and some people with happy look on their face because of something lucky happening on them.
Very good, Jojo. So some of the things that are coming to mind is the busy supermarket, the aisles and aisles full of fresh fruits and produce, the busy shopping lanes are full of customers trying to get their groceries, and the shocked look of customers' faces when looking at the prices of various foods and produce. Very good. So descriptive writing overall, it's the ability to be specific and the ability to describe your ideas to the fullest detail so your reader actually can see of what's going on. Newspaper writing is very fun. It's actually one of the things we actually learn up here in Ontario with the Ontario school curriculum. Okay, so the newspaper, you know, usually with your newspaper, you have your headlines, so newspaper assignment, and you usually have a picture of what's happening in the newspaper. So it looks like the main idea is this person is going skiing. And then over here, this is your introduction. This is your introduction. And in your introduction, you include 5 things. You include who, what, where, when, and why. And this is just a very basic introduction. You want to provide some background details and some background content just to get the narrative going. So the example that they give us is Maple Valley, the location. The local English class has been given the exciting task of creating the front page of their very own newspaper. So the basic introduction is who, a local English class, what happened. They've been given the task to create their own newspaper. Where does it take place? Maple Valley. And how do the students feel? They feel very excited. So after you set up your introduction, you then get into the body of the newspaper. And I'll use a different color. So this is what we call the body of the newspaper. And in the body of the newspaper, you build upon the story. You include quotations. You want to get various perspectives, and you keep building the narrative until you reach the conclusion. So in body paragraph 1, students will be the editors of their own newspapers and will be responsible for developing a theme for their newspaper. For example, the students could choose to do a newspaper on snowboarding, music, travel, an animal, or another topic of interest. Each animal will be creating just the front page of their paper. They must include a picture to go with their main story. Their image may be hand-drawn from the internet or a magazine. They must not forget to include a caption. And so the point of the body is to keep building upon the narrative and to keep including the details. One of the things they do not do is include quotes. So whenever you do a newspaper, it's a good thing to get 1 or 2 quotes just to show different perspectives. So for the purpose of this lesson here is just not to show you how to write a newspaper and to show you what is the body of the newspaper looks like. So if I'm going to do my own introduction of a newspaper, I want to include the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, and I think I'll show you an example of what it looks like. So I'm going to do it today because an example today because it's snowing outside. Students in Ontario, Canada woke up to fresh snow this morning. This meant students in Ontario, Canada woke up to fresh snow this morning. They received an announcement that all schools were closed for the day. Students either committed to online learning or they had a snow day. Many students were happy and sad. So I talked about who, students in Ontario, what happened, there was a major snow day, where, like I said, Ontario, why this happened, force of nature, and what were the results? Well, classes were either canceled or they reverted to online learning, and what were the feelings? Students were either happy they got a snow day or they were upset because they had to go to online school. Perry, I'm going to give you a topic or just a topic, and then I just want you to come up with a quick introduction for a newspaper. So the topic is a dancing panda was seen in the subway. How would you write an introduction for a dancing panda was seen in the subway?
A dancing panda in the subway.
Yes, some of these topics can be random. So a dancing panda in the subway. So how would you write an introduction to engage with your readers?
This morning there was a panda dancing on the subway, and result maybe it's from a Zoom or and the zookeeper was pretty careless and I can't imagine what the result is.
Very good, very good. So I know this was a bit random. So you said a panda was seen dancing in the subway. The zookeeper was careless, and people didn't know what to expect. Jojo, I'm going to give you another random topic that students have had fun with. A line was seen riding a bicycle. How would you write a short introduction for a newspaper to a line was seen riding a bicycle? Yeah, see, you're having fun. A line was seen riding a bicycle, and students have written about that.
Well, this morning on the street, a lion was seen riding a bicycle.
Do your best. Yeah, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Do your best. Just have fun with the topic. We can worry about how you write an introduction later. Just do your best.
Some citizens are worrying about this because it might be dangerous if the lion is out of control, but there's more citizens being curious about it.
Very good, Jojo. Very good introduction. So your topic was a lion was seen riding a bicycle. Some citizens were very curious about it. Some citizens at the same time were also very worried about the lion. Very good. I think we got one more student. Hello, Jason. So thank you for joining. Jason, you're a little bit late, but you can always go back and review the video. Very good. I'll do one final introduction and The topic is a dragon or a dinosaur was seen walking in the middle of downtown. A dinosaur was seen walking in the middle of downtown during busy intersection. All dinosaurs were thought to be extinct, but looks like we were wrong. People looked at the dinosaur in awe and wondered how a dinosaur could walk in the middle, how a dinosaur could walk in the middle of downtown, let alone come back to life. Boom. Very good. All right. The next point, which I think personally, I think it's the most important form, it's called essay writing or persuasive writing. And essay writing, you do it all throughout high school, and it only gets more, it gets more intense in the way of expanding your ideas and building upon the logic of your foundation and your analysis as you get into the higher grades. So this is, we'll look at essay writing when we come to it, and we'll spend quite a bit of time. So, so we have our point, we have our evidence, we have our explain. So the point is a statement that supports your topic or a statement that supports your idea, and this is what we call a topic sentence. The topic sentence is the main idea of your paragraph or of your essay. And your point is you want to prove or explain why your topic sentence is important. Next is evidence. Evidence is we explain, we give various facts, details, information, examples of the topic. And then finally, explain. Explain is the most, I would say, is the most significant, because you want to explain what does my evidence mean, what is the significance of it, and why does it mean that way? What is the connection? And again, you can see for yourself, how does this evidence support the point? Why is it important? So this is, so as you can see, this is some of the structure of essay writing. You have your hook, so or your introduction. How do where you introduce the topic to your reader. Your thesis is the main argument. What are you trying to argue? And then finally, you get into your body paragraph. So point one, topic sentence number one, evidence, explanation. Then you go to point two, you write a new topic sentence. You have your evidence, where you explain the facts, the examples. Then explain again, point two, where you explain the significance. Point three, topic sentence, evidence, and then finally you explain the significance of your evidence. And finally, your closing sentence. Your closing sentence is, or your conclusion is where you wrap up your main ideas, you revisit the topic, you restate the thesis, you summarize your points, and finally the so what. The so what is, why is this topic important? Why should we care? So I'll do I think I'll actually write this one out very fast, because I actually want to, this is actually something I want you to see. So don't know if there's a lot of, okay, so my topic sentence is school. My school is important. School is important. My evidence, why it's important, or some of the things that are important. You get an education. Actually, I'll change this to red. 1 second. So evidence, whatever. You get an education. Oh, sorry, you learn many subjects. You learn many subjects. You do tests. You see your friends. So my topic sentence is school is important. My evidence is, what are some of the things I can say to support that idea? Well, you learn many subjects, you do tests, you see your friends. And now I have to explain the significance of, what does this all mean? With school, you get an education. You learn, students students can learn their favorite topic. Running out of space. With schools, you get an education. Students can learn their favorite topic. I'm just going to write it to the left. They develop academic skills. They develop academic skills, life skills, and social skills. All right. So I have my topic sentence, school is important. The evidence is what are some of the facts? Well, you learn many subjects, you do tests, you see your friends. And now what does this all mean? With school, you get an education, students can learn their favorite topic. And finally, they develop academic skills, life skills, and social skills. And then and my conclusion is school should be taught to all students, or a school should be or many students all around the world should get an education. And so that's the significance. Okay, let's just maybe do, since this is a bit long, we'll probably do one student. Hello, Jason, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, Jason. So I'll get you involved just because you're a little bit late. So we're going to just quickly do a short paragraph. You don't have to write it out, where you have your topic sentence, some evidence, and your explanation. And again, let's just make it school. So Jason, if your topic is school, what will be your topic sentence?
So topic, I can say any topic about my school.
Yeah, but make sure you have your topic sentence, your evidence, and your significance or your analysis. So what will be your topic sentence?
Okay. The teachers should hand out homework to students.
So, okay, let's break it down. And I will interrupt as you go along. Topic sentences, teachers should hand out this homework to the students. What are some of your evidence? So what are some examples or some information that you can give to support section 2?
Students can students can memorize their knowledge by doing their homework.
All right, so his evidence is students can memorize their knowledge by doing their homework. And Jason, why is this important? Why can students memorize their homework why can students memorize their knowledge by doing their homework? Why is this significant?
If they didn't review their knowledge, they'll forget what they learned that day, and they will have a bad effect about getting the knowledge inside their head.
Very good, Jason. So his topic sentence is teachers should give out homework to the students. The evidence is students will be able to memorize the various facts and information from the homework, and the explanation or the significance is, well, if students don't get their homework, they won't be able to memorize it, and they will forget, and they won't and they will not be able to learn new knowledge. Very good, Jason. All right, still have lots of time. Let's do Perry. All right, Perry, let's keep it to school. What's your topic? So the idea is school. What will be your topic sentence?
School. No topic.
Topic sentence, yes, the idea is school, and you need to come up with a topic sentence, which would be the main idea of your paragraph.
The school is important.
All right, good job. Your topic sentence is school is important. What are some evidence, some explanations, or your facts that can support that statement?
Exactly, I don't know. I have no idea.
Try.
You can learn some skills in school, and you can survive in the society.
Okay, the evidence is you learn skills in school and you survive in society. Now the explanation, why is this important? Why is your evidence significant, Perry?
maybe it's if you don't learn how to survive, you won't exist.
Yeah, very good. So in other words, if you don't go to school, you won't be a functioning member of society. Very good. So Perry's topic, so the idea is school. Perry's topic sentence is, education or school is very important. Some evidence is, they teach you skills and they teach you how to survive. And his significance is, and the significance of his evidence is, well, if you don't go to school, you won't learn how to be a contributing member of society, and you won't learn, and thus how to survive. Very good. All right, Jojo, you're our last you're the last student for this example. So Jojo, the example is school, and what is your topic, and what topic sentence can you come up with school? You're all doing fine, by the way.
School.
No? Do you want to try another idea, or are you okay?
Maybe another idea.
Okay, let's do another idea. Let's see here. Okay, exercise. So let's do exercise and physical health. So that's your topic. Your topic is exercise and physical health, and your job's to come up with a topic sentence, evidence, and explanations. So what's your topic sentence for physical health and exercise?
We should keep doing exercise every day.
So, okay, topic sentences, we should exercise every day. What are some, again, facts and examples of, of exercising every day?
First, like exercising every day keeps you healthy.
Exercising every day keeps you healthy, and okay, so exercise every day keeps you healthy. That's your evidence. Now comes the tricky part. Why is this important? Why is exercising? How or why can exercising every day keep you healthy?
Like exercising every day. It's
Do you need a little help?
Yes.
Exercising every day can lead to a long lifestyle. So the significance of your evidence is exercising every day can lead to a long and healthy lifestyle. So your point, the topic is exercising. Topic sentence is we should exercise every day, or evidence is exercising is very healthy for you, and the significance is exercising every day can lead to a long and healthy lifestyle. All right, I think for persuasive writing, for essay writing, I spent a little bit longer on this point just because this is a really important section of type of writing that you do all throughout high school, university, and college. Very important. Poetry writing is fun. It allows you to be creative. There are many different types of poetry. I actually have done this poetry unit many times, and the students love it. They find it to be fun, it's engaging, it's laid back, and they get to be creative. Let's see, we've done haiku, we've done acrostic, we've done poetries about the weather, about favorite colors. I don't have my poetry guide with me, but it's one of the it's one of the first writing exercises I do, and it's one of the easiest. Okay, so I haven't done this lesson in a while, but I can't remember the name of it. So it's a type of poetry where you write out a word, and then you write that poetry based on that word. So let's just do. I'll do my name, Cam, and then I'll make a quick poem about it. So I'm not going to write full sentences just because I don't have a lot of room. So some of the things I would say about myself in this poem is that I'm cool. You know, I'm cool like that. Yeah, you're cool. I would say I'm athletic because I work out a lot. Athletic. And then I would say I'm motivated. I'm motivated to do well in school. So Cam, C for cool, A for I'm athletic, and M is motivated. I'll just do one quick student. I'll do Jason because we're slowly running out of time. All right, Jason, I'm going to write out your name, and then I just want you to tell me some things about your self. All right, so J-A-A-S-O-N. So Jason, what does the J represent to you in your name? Jason, like.
Well, it's
J. So how would you describe yourself using the letter J?
The letter J.
Yes.
I think I would I didn't memorize a word that is positive.
Let me give you some ideas of the letter J. Would you say, you know, you're justified, you're justified, meaning you try to do the right thing? Would you say you're jolly, you're joyful? Would you say you're a joker, like a comedian? Would you say you juice because you like juice? So what are some, you know, just based on those ideas, how would you describe yourself using the letter J?
I think I'm quite joyful.
So joyful, so you're happy. Very good. A, how would you represent yourself using the letter A?
Amazing.
Very good. Confident, good. S, how would you represent yourself using the letter S?
I would suggest superb.
So good, excellent. And I'll put so good, very good, 2 O's. O, how would you represent yourself using the letter O?
Oh, I would say that overweight.
Same, I'm trying to lose weight myself, but overweight, okay. And N, how would you represent yourself using the letter N?
I would say naughty.
Naughty, so you get into trouble. Okay, very good, Jason. So Jason, J for joy, A for amazing, S for so good, O for overweight, N for naughty, and this is Jason. This is who Jason is. Okay, and usually if you sign up for this class, we do spend about 3 or 4 classes going over poetry, and it's usually the first thing we do, which is poetry, because it's fun. Okay. Actually, let's do one more. Let's do Jojo, and then we will slowly wrap up the class. All right, Jojo. So how would you represent yourself using these 4 letters? So how would you represent joy? How would you represent J? Are you jolly, joyful? Are you a joker? You're joyful? Okay, like Jason, you're joyful. What about O? How would you represent O? How would that represent you, or say who you are?
Oh.
Oh, what are some things for O? Are you, for example, are you obedient? Are you open-minded, open-hearted? Are you occupied, meaning you're always busy? Are you orderly, or are you organized?
Organized.
So you're very organized. Okay.
No.
What about J? How would the second J represent you?
J.
If you have to look it up quickly, that's okay.
Maybe Jolie.
What was that?
Jolie.
Jolly. Okay, so jolly means you have a good sense. Jolly means you're kind-hearted. You have a good sense of nature. And how would you represent the last O in your name?
Oh.
Are you an opportunist? Do you seek opportunity? Are you observant, meaning you're always paying attention?
Optimistic.
Optimistic, very good. O-P-T-I-M, optimistic. Optimistic, my spelling. So very good. Jojo, J for joy, joyful. O for organized, J for jolly, O for optimistic, and that is you in a sense. Very good. Again, going back to our essay writing paragraph, usually at the high school level, they have you write about 5 paragraphs, and then as you get into the higher grades, for example, 11 and 12, and then university and college, you're writing multiple paragraphs upon paragraphs for essay writing. So you have your introduction where you introduce the topic, you have a hook, so a few opening statements that catches the reader's attention. For background information, you want to provide the context of your topic, or you're setting up your topic. And then finally, your thesis statement is your argument. And then you're going to have your 3 bodies, and you're going to do this for body paragraph 1, 2, and 3, where you have your topic sentence, your evidence, your quotes, explanation, quotes, evidence, information. Your explanation is where you get to explain the significance of the evidence. Then you have your conclusion, or you transition from one idea to the next. And then finally, you have your conclusion, where you, again, like I said, you restate the thesis, you summarize your arguments, and final statement, as I talked about, it's what we call over here the so what part. So what is your topic is important? Why should I care? And this is where you get to shine, and this is where you get to leave the reader with a lasting impression of the so what part. And again, it could be a figurative language, it could be a metaphor, or it can be a simple description of my topic is significant because, and that is why. Okay. And then I have, I guess they have a picture of New York, because we've used, students have written about New York City in their both persuasive writing, narrative writing, and essay writing. And New York has been one of the, has been actually used quite a bit. Okay, so we have another couple minutes, and I just want to take this time. If you have any questions, what are some things what you got out of? So any questions? Jason, I know you came a half an hour late. Do you have any questions about the class, or what are some things you want to do to improve your writing?
Well, what exactly did we practice on the first half of class?
Well, I'll quickly go over for the first half, because you did miss it out. So as like I said, the point is to improve your writing skills. And very quickly, I think you got to persuasive writing. We were just talking about narrative writing, which is creativity writing, which allows you to be creative. A lot of fictional writing, non-fictional writing.
Mm-hmm.
The second part is descriptive writing, the ability to be specific, the ability to paint an idea or a picture in your reader's mind, and to use language to explain the meaning behind your words. And then you missed out on newspaper writing. With newspaper writing, you have your headline, you have your, a picture to represent the headline. You have an introduction, and then you have your body paragraphs where you build upon the story. You have quotes where you get various perspectives involved, and it's very fun. So you just missed out on narrative, descriptive, and newspaper writing, but you did make it in time for persuasive writing.
Oh, yeah.
Jason, since I didn't ask you this, the other two students were telling us what they want to improve with their writing. What do you want to improve with your writing?
Maybe my grammar.
So grammar. Okay, so with you, Jason, it's your grammar. With you, Jojo, it's your vocabulary or your word choice. Perry, you actually froze for a second, and I didn't get the chance to ask you, what are some things you want to improve with your writing?
Vocabulary.
Vocabulary, okay. So looks like it's vocabulary and grammar based, and it will take time, but like everything else, it takes time, but we can make that happen. And the outline I presented to you today, these are just some of the big ideas or some of the larger, more popular topics, and we will explore other various writing prompts. Any other questions before we wrap up? Jason, Jojo, any other questions before we wrap up? No? Well, okay, I'll pass it to Michael in a few minutes. Thank you so much for coming to take the time. I hope you enjoyed this demo class. If you do sign up, we will be engaging with some of these topics, but in greater depth. We would start off, like I said, with the poetry writing, because it's very fun and students like to learn different types of poetry. And then after, we would get into some of the serious stuff like essay writing. With what I like to do with this class, it's more of a balance, so not too much emphasis on the heavy stuff or the light stuff. So one week we may do essay writing, the other week we may do narrative writing, and just to switch it up a bit, because I find by switching it up a bit and by doing both light and heavy writing, it creates a perfect balance for the students, and they really get to enjoy it. The students historically have enjoyed this class, and they do enjoy sharing their ideas with the class, and they enjoy writing out their ideas. So thank you so much, and I hope you do sign up with Mentors in Academy. Thank you. Michael? Let's see, thank you guys. And I'll stop sharing and I'll stop recording. Okay.